It might be challenging to know how to engage with women in today's environment. But what if you had access to a robust old weapon that could guide you through it all with assurance? Yes, we are discussing Stoicism. That ideology, is all about being a strong, moral man. In this video, we will utilize the code of Stoicism to unveil 11 things that intelligent men should never do with women. Gentlemen, buckle up and prepare to learn how to be the best gentleman possible, the Stoic way. Remember to press the notification bell and subscribe button to ensure you never miss a tip. Now, let's move. Number 1. Using sex as a weapon. Using sexuality as a weapon of control or manipulation is inherently unethical within the framework of Stoicism, which stresses virtue, self-mastery, and regard for others. Men of wisdom who follow the Stoic tradition reject such ideas and aim instead for an intimate relationship based on mutual consent and respect, rather than force or deceit. The development of virtues, including moderation and self-control, is highly valued in Stoicism. All parts of life, especially intimate relationships, require these qualities. Using sexuality as a bargaining chip or weapon is immoral and goes against the ideals of respect and honesty, which wise men know. It is blatantly unethical to engage in sexual relationships through deception or compulsion. Stoicism emphasizes that people should accept and honor the autonomy and decisions of others, and treat them with decency and dignity. According to wise men who follow Stoic principles, real closeness can only occur when both partners are willing to let go and respect each other's space and wants. In addition, Stoicism believes that reason and moral virtue should guide one's conduct. The use of sexual relations for manipulative or controlling purposes stems from egocentric and base impulses, which go against the Stoic principle of living a life guided by reason and virtue. Intelligent men work hard to develop self-awareness and self-discipline to act according to moral ideals rather than egocentric ambitions. Furthermore, Stoicism exhorts people to think about how their actions may affect others and to pursue virtue, which is the ultimate good. Using sexuality as a bargaining chip or weapon erodes mutual understanding, respect, and trust, which can lead to pain and suffering for all parties. Intelligent men prioritizing ethical behavior acknowledge the significance of cultivating respectful relationships based on trust, open dialogue, and mutual agreement. If intelligent men want to know how to treat sexual relationships with dignity and respect, they should read Stoicism. To maintain virtue, self-control, and ethical behavior, males should reject the idea of using sex as a weapon or negotiating chip, and instead strive for voluntary and amiable closeness. This helps promote respect, autonomy, and dignity for all parties involved, leading to healthier and more rewarding relationships. Number 2. Disregarding women's emotions. The Stoic tradition emphasizes the significance of understanding and controlling one's emotions. Intelligent men should not disregard or ridicule women's feelings, but approach them with respect, compassion, and good communication. Stoicism believes that emotions are ordinary and necessary parts of the human experience, and that embracing and accepting women's feelings is critical for developing deeper emotional relationships and mutual understanding. Like men, women feel various emotions, such as joy, grief, anger, fear, and love. These emotions are valuable markers of personal beliefs, needs, and boundaries. Disregarding or dismissing women's feelings not only ignores their unique experiences, but also impedes the formation of meaningful and authentic relationships. By empathizing with women's feelings, clever men display their emotional intelligence and readiness to engage in meaningful discussion. Instead of attempting to justify or ignore women's emotions, men can accept them and provide a safe space for expression. This affirmation promotes trust, closeness, and mutual respect in the partnership. Another aspect of Stoic philosophy that intelligent men should use while dealing with women's emotions is effective communication. Clear and empathic communication enables males to comprehend the root reasons for women's emotions and respond accordingly. This may entail active listening, paraphrasing, and asking clarifying questions to promote mutual understanding and empathy. Recognizing and valuing women's feelings benefits individual relationships and is a significant cause of gender equality and emotional well-being. Men who accept women's emotional experiences defy established gender norms that disregard or minimize women's feelings. This change toward increased empathy and understanding promotes inclusion, compassion, and mutual support. Intelligent men who follow Stoic ideas understand the need to recognize and appreciate women's feelings. Men who empathize with women's emotions and communicate effectively can develop stronger emotional relationships and mutual understanding, advancing gender equality and emotional well-being in society. Number 3. Treating women as objects. Stoicism, emphasizing virtue, reason, and the intrinsic value of every individual, provides a solid basis for advocating for the respect of all individuals. Motivated by Stoic ideas, intelligent men should avoid objectifying women and acknowledge and respect their complete humanity instead. This entails seeing women as entire people with their aspirations, objectives, and autonomy, rather than using them as simple objects or tools for selfish gain. Objectification occurs when people are considered tools to an end rather than ends in themselves. This dehumanizing worldview deprives people of their agency, dignity, and intrinsic worth, turning them into mere commodities or sources of pleasure. Stoicism argues that such action is ethically wrong and detrimental to one's integrity and character. According to intelligent men who adhere to Stoic ideals, all people, regardless of gender, possess intrinsic dignity and deserve respect and compassion. This includes acknowledging and validating women's autonomy and agency, respecting their decisions, and abstaining from behaviors or attitudes undermining their personhood. Valuing women as whole people includes recognizing their complexity, originality, and unique contributions to society. Women have ambitions, objectives, and abilities that should be celebrated and supported. By adopting this viewpoint, intelligent men may establish a mutual respect and empowerment culture in which women can follow their objectives and reach their full potential without fear of objectification or exploitation. Furthermore, presenting women as objects encourages negative gender stereotypes and uneven power relations. It fosters a culture of misogyny, harassment, and violence, undermining the values of justice, equality, and human dignity. Following Stoic beliefs, intelligent men condemn such behavior and strive to establish a more equal and inclusive society, valuing and respecting everyone. Stoicism provides a philosophical foundation for intelligent men to understand and defend women's intrinsic value and dignity. Men can create a more equitable, caring, and peaceful society by refusing to objectify women and appreciating them as entire people. Number 4. Ignoring consent. Consent is at the basis of ethical interactions and relationships, acting as the foundation for respect, autonomy, and dignity. Intelligent men, inspired by Stoic ideas of virtue and integrity, recognize the critical need to ask and respect women's permission in all physical, emotional, or verbal relationships. Consent is voluntary, passionate, and informed. Consent to participate in a specific action or behavior. It is a legal requirement and a moral obligation rooted in the principles of individual liberty and physical integrity. Stoicism believes that people should be virtuous, which involves respecting others' individuality and treating them with dignity. Ignoring or rejecting a woman's permission breaches her rights, reducing her agency and autonomy. It reinforces a culture of entitlement and dominance, in which one person's wishes or needs precede another's limits and well-being. Wise men understand that consent entails avoiding forceful or aggressive behavior and actively seeking affirmative, enthusiastic permission in every engagement. Furthermore, permission is an ongoing process requiring constant discussion, mutual understanding, and respect for limits. Wise men recognize that permission can be revoked at any time and must listen to and respond to women's indications and preferences. This entails acknowledging non-verbal indications, vocal statements of discomfort, and outright refusals. Wise men foster a culture of trust, safety, and mutual respect by putting consent first in their relationships with women. They recognize that consent improves, rather than degrades, the quality of their relationships by encouraging closeness, communication, and emotional connection. Furthermore, they know that respecting women's boundaries is not simply the proper thing. Developing healthy, equitable, and rewarding relationships is also necessary. Stoicism provides a conceptual foundation for intelligent men to prioritize and adhere to consent norms in their dealings with women. Men actively seeking and respecting women's permission display their dedication to virtue, integrity, and individual liberty. This promotes better and more rewarding relationships and helps create a culture of mutual respect, equality, and dignity for all people. Number 5. Gaslighting or manipulating. Stoicism, which focuses on honesty, integrity, and moral virtue, offers helpful advice for intelligent men in their dealings with women. Gaslighting and manipulation violate Stoic values because they involve deceit, compulsion, and the exploitation of others' vulnerabilities for personal advantage. Instead, Stoicism promotes open and honest communication as the foundation of trust, respect, and genuine connection in relationships. Gaslighting is a type of psychological manipulation in which someone attempts to undermine another person's perspective of reality, causing them to question their own experiences, feelings, and recollections. It is a weapon for controlling and manipulating people, frequently aiming to assert authority or retain them in the relationship. Stoicism regards such action as a breach of integrity and a betrayal of trust. Intelligent men who follow Stoic ideas realize the value of honesty and authenticity in their relationships with women. Instead of gaslighting or manipulating women, they opt for open conversations characterized by sincerity, empathy, and respect. This includes being honest about their ideas, feelings, and objectives, even if inconvenient or difficult. Furthermore, clever men understand that genuine connection and mutual respect can only grow in a culture of trust and openness. By encouraging open communication and honesty, they lay the groundwork for healthy and successful relationships based on mutual understanding and respect for each other's autonomy. Furthermore, Stoicism emphasizes that genuine strength comes from moral integrity and self-mastery, rather than manipulating or controlling others. Wise men recognize that using gaslighting or manipulation reveals weakness rather than strength, undermining their integrity and character. Instead, they work to nurture values like honesty, empathy, and compassion, which are necessary for proper connections and successful relationships. Stoicism provides valuable ideas for educated guys on how to behave in relationships with women. Men may demonstrate their dedication to virtue, integrity, and mutual respect by avoiding gaslighting and manipulation and instead embracing honesty and openness. This promotes better and more rewarding relationships and helps build a culture of authenticity, trust, and genuine social connection. Number 6. Belittling women's achievements. Stoicism, focusing on personal virtue, honesty, and the realization of innate human value, provides a robust platform for wise men to navigate their encounters with women. Belittling or minimizing women's accomplishments violates Stoic precepts, which urge people to focus on their moral progress rather than comparing themselves to others. Instead, Stoicism supports applauding and encouraging women's accomplishments, recognizing their intrinsic worth and potential. Eudaimonia, often known as thriving, is essential to Stoic philosophy. This thriving is not due to external circumstances like income, fame, or prestige, but rather to developing moral and intellectual values. Intelligent men who follow Stoic ideals recognize that genuine fulfillment comes from living according to virtue and reason, rather than seeking approval or superiority by comparing themselves to others. A worldview based on insecurity, competitiveness, or a desire for power frequently criticizes women's accomplishments. Stoicism advises people to acquire inner strength and self-assurance, realizing that genuine grandeur comes from moral superiority rather than denigration of others. Intelligent men who follow Stoic beliefs avoid disparaging or dismissing women's accomplishments because they recognize that doing so weakens women's confidence and self-worth and reflects negatively on their character. Stoicism, on the other hand, urges people to adopt an abundance and giving mentality, recognizing and praising the accomplishments and abilities of others, particularly women. Wise men acknowledge women's distinctive contributions to different aspects of life, whether in education, business, the arts, or other sectors. Celebrating women's achievements affirms their intrinsic value and potential, building an inclusive, appreciative, and supportive community. Furthermore, Stoicism encourages people to develop empathy and compassion, acknowledging that everyone suffers unique problems and tribulations on the way to virtue. Wise men recognize that dismissing women's accomplishments not only reinforces damaging gender stereotypes, but also contradicts the concepts of justice, equality, and human decency. Instead, they work to boost and empower women by acknowledging their abilities, successes, and goals as deserving of celebration and support. Stoicism provides excellent advice for intelligent men on how to treat women's accomplishments with respect, gratitude, and support. Men may create a culture of mutual respect, inclusion, and empowerment by refusing to belittle or disparage women's successes and instead adopting an attitude of celebration and support. This promotes better and more meaningful relationships, the realization of individual potential, and society's overall well-being. Number 7. Invalidating women's experiences. Recognizing and validating individual experiences is essential in Stoic philosophy. Intelligent men who adhere to Stoic ideas understand the intrinsic value and validity of all people's experiences, regardless of gender. Invalidating or ignoring women's experiences, whether related to discrimination, harassment, or personal hardships, goes against Stoic principles of empathy, compassion, and respect for the individual journey. Each person's experiences impact their perception of the world and contribute to their viewpoint. Stoicism encourages people to approach others with empathy and compassion, acknowledging that each person's journey is genuine and worthy of regard. Intelligent men who hold Stoic principles see that rejecting women's perspectives not only ignores their lived reality, but also reinforces damaging patterns of marginalization and injustice. Women, like men, can face a variety of problems and impediments in their lives, including discrimination, harassment, and structural barriers. Intelligent men who adhere to Stoic values avoid discounting or ignoring these experiences, knowing that doing so damages women's dignity, autonomy, and sense of self-worth. Instead, they listen carefully, acknowledge women's stories, and provide assistance as required. Active listening is a critical component of Stoic philosophy and is essential for validating women's experiences. Wise men practice attentive listening, allowing women to express themselves without judgment or interruption. They strive to comprehend the feelings, thoughts, and viewpoints that underpin women's experiences, displaying understanding, compassion, and respect. Furthermore, Stoicism emphasizes the value of providing support and aid to those in need. Intelligent men who adhere to Stoic beliefs support women by encouraging, validating, and assisting them in overcoming obstacles and negotiating challenging circumstances. They understand that assisting women with their problems benefits individual well-being and helps build a more just, compassionate, and egalitarian society. Stoicism provides a philosophical framework for intelligent men to validate and appreciate women's experiences. Men may demonstrate their dedication to empathy, compassion, and justice by listening carefully, validating women's viewpoints, and helping as required rather than rejecting or ignoring their experiences. This fosters a mutual respect, understanding, and solidarity culture, where we acknowledge and respect each person's path. Number 8. Interrupting or talking over women. Stoicism, which emphasizes temperance, self-control, and respect for others, can help educated men communicate well with women. Interrupting or speaking over women breaches not just the concept of moderation, but also equality, respect, and mutual understanding. Instead, Stoicism encourages males to listen actively, allowing women to express their views and opinions completely, establishing genuine discourse and mutual respect. Interrupting or talking over someone, regardless of gender, is disrespectful and demonstrates a lack of self-control when speaking. Stoicism advises people to practice the virtue of temperance, which entails being moderate, restrained, and aware of one's acts and speech. Following Stoic ideas, intelligent men recognize the importance of respecting others' right to voice their opinions and refrain from dominating conversations. Allowing women to express themselves altogether indicates respect for their autonomy and agency while improving communication and discourse quality. Stoicism emphasizes the value of listening carefully and empathetically to comprehend the viewpoints and experiences of others. Intelligent guys who practice active listening foster mutual understanding, empathy, and cooperation. Furthermore, interrupting or talking over women maintains power relations and fosters gender inequities. It conveys a disregard for women's views and viewpoints, which adds to sentiments of marginalization and exclusion. Intelligent men who embrace equality and justice understand the significance of building inclusive environments where all individuals, regardless of gender, feel empowered to fully engage in debates and decision-making processes. Wise men demonstrate their dedication to creating meaningful discourse, mutual respect, and equality by not interrupting or talking over women, and instead practicing active listening. They allow women to offer their thoughts, knowledge, and viewpoints, improving collective understanding while encouraging collaboration and cooperation. Stoicism provides insightful advice for intelligent men on how to speak appropriately with women. Men may demonstrate their dedication to temperance, respect, and equality by not interrupting or talking over women and instead practicing active listening. This promotes a culture of mutual understanding, empathy, and collaboration in which all perspectives are recognized and respected. Number 9. Assuming superiority. In their interactions with women, intelligent men can gain valuable insights from Stoicism, a philosophy based on humility, rationalism, and accepting human fallibility. Assuming superiority over women based on gender stereotypes or cultural conventions goes against Stoic ideals and undermines the concepts of equality, respect, and mutual understanding. Instead, Stoicism supports treating women as equals, recognizing and embracing their distinct viewpoints and talents. Humility is central to Stoicism, recognizing one's limits, flaws, and propensity for error. Stoic ideas lead intelligent individuals to view superiority as an illusion based on hubris, ignorance, and a lack of self-awareness. They understand that every individual, irrespective of gender, possesses inherent value and dignity, deserving respect and consideration. Assuming superiority over women promotes damaging gender stereotypes and encourages uneven power dynamics. It conveys a sense of entitlement and privilege, undermining women's autonomy, agency, and self-esteem. Intelligent men who cherish equality and justice reject such ideas, realizing the need to treat women as equals without preconceived assumptions of superiority or inferiority. Furthermore, Stoicism emphasizes acknowledging and valuing others' distinct viewpoints and contributions. Women provide unique thoughts, abilities, and experiences in various areas of life, improving communal understanding and encouraging innovation and creativity. Intelligent men who follow Stoic ideas accept and celebrate women's contributions, understanding the inherent worth of different viewpoints and experiences. Approaching women as equals demands communication and partnership founded on mutual respect, empathy, and understanding. Wise men pay close attention to women's viewpoints, strive to understand their experiences, and appreciate their contributions to debates and decision-making processes. Men build a climate of equality and inclusiveness, allowing women to grow and fully offer their abilities. Stoicism provides essential counsel for intelligent men to engage with women courteously and equitably. By rejecting superiority assumptions and adopting humility, men may foster genuine respect, understanding, and admiration for women's viewpoints and accomplishments. This promotes a culture of equality, mutual respect, and collaboration in which all people are appreciated and enabled to reach their full potential. Number 10. Underestimating women's intelligence. Intelligent men should never underestimate women's intelligence or talents. In the context of Stoicism, This idea is consistent with the philosophy's core tenets of acknowledging the innate logic and wisdom in all humans, regardless of gender. Stoicism promotes seeing each other as having intrinsic worth and intellectual potential, emphasizing the need to treat others with dignity and respect. Women, like men, can think critically, solve issues, and offer essential ideas in many aspects of life, including intellectual conversation, professional efforts, and personal relationships. Men may foster an environment of equal and meaningful discussion in their relationships by acknowledging and valuing women's intelligence. Underestimating women's intelligence reinforces damaging stereotypes and limits cooperation, creativity, and mutual progress. When men acknowledge and cherish women's intellectual contributions, they open the path for more inclusive and diverse viewpoints to emerge, enriching decision-making processes and accelerating society's development. Furthermore, creating an atmosphere where people respect and appreciate one another's intellect fosters peace and collaboration in interpersonal interactions. Men may establish deeper ties based on shared intellectual curiosity and mutual understanding by engaging in open-ended talks and discussing ideas equally with women. By adopting Stoic ideas of acknowledging all people's innate logic and wisdom, educated men may overcome gender preconceptions and contribute to developing a more equal and enlightened society. Men play a critical role in advancing gender equality and reaching the full potential of human collaboration and cooperation by recognizing women's intelligence and encouraging equal conversation. Number 11. Failing to apologize or take responsibility. In Stoic philosophy, honesty, accountability, and self-improvement are fundamental. When mistakes or injuries occur in relationships, Stoicism urges individuals to accept responsibility for their acts, repent honestly, and make the necessary efforts to make amends. Intelligent men who follow Stoic ideals see the need to exhibit accountability and a desire to learn, significantly when they have harmed or injured women. Stoicism is based on the realization of personal agency and the belief that people have power over their ideas, acts, and responses. When men do not apologize or accept responsibility for their conduct, they undermine the concepts of honesty and accountability. According to Stoicism, accepting responsibility for one's faults is a sign of strength and moral integrity, not weakness. To apologize, one must acknowledge the impact of one's actions on others, express genuine regret, and vow to do better in the future. Intelligent men who follow Stoic ideals realize the need to apologize quickly and honestly when they have harmed or injured women, whether the injury was deliberate or inadvertent. Furthermore, Stoicism emphasizes the need to learn from mistakes and aim for ongoing self-improvement. Wise men understand that accepting responsibility for their actions is critical for restoring strained relationships and personal growth and development. Men may build their relationships and personal integrity by being willing to learn from their errors and make constructive changes. Furthermore, Stoicism advises people to focus on what they can control and let go of what is beyond their control. While it is difficult to undo the past, individuals may accept responsibility for their actions in the present and seek to create a better future. Intelligent men who follow Stoic ideals realize the need to apologize and take responsibility for their acts to mend and reconcile relationships. Stoicism provides valuable advice for intelligent men on handling apologies and accepting responsibility in relationships with women. By exhibiting responsibility, honesty, and a willingness to learn, men may deepen their relationships, build mutual respect and understanding, and cultivate personal integrity. This benefits individual relationships and fosters a culture of openness, accountability, and compassion. Intelligent men can benefit immensely from incorporating Stoic concepts into their dealings with women. Men who practice respect, empathy, honesty, and humility may develop better, more satisfying relationships based on mutual understanding and equality. Let us endeavor to exemplify these characteristics in our everyday lives, creating harmonious relationships and helping to create a more equitable and compassionate society.